Hello, hello. What is up? My name is Steve. Let's get it. So the year was 2015. While you guys were hung up on Star Wars The Incest Awakens, another movie named Mad Max Fury arrived in theaters like a storm and shook the world. It took the viewers on a high octane speed chase in post apocalyptic Australia. The movie was a big critical success, won a few Oscars, and made decent box office numbers too. But it took 9 years to make another entry in the franchise, and it totally bombed money wise. Audiences straight up didn't want more of the wasteland and are happy with Disney sequels. But if you ask me, Furiosa is the most important blockbuster of our time, and here's why. In an age of weightless spectacles, where studios reduce ideas to products, Fury Road felt unique because of all practical stunts, gorgeous cinematography, and its inherent weirdness. All of this is thanks to the creator of this wacky wasteland, George Miller. At over the age of 70, this man directs his movies with the kinetic energy of an English bloke on coke. Before Fury Road, he was known for the original Mad Max trilogy back in the 80s, which are awesome and more people should watch. And Happy Feet and Pay Pig in the City? Huh? While this may sound like a strange resume, it's very much in line with his style in pretty much all of his movies. Yes, even Happy Feet. His protagonists go through hardships inflicted by others and the world upon them, but their undying hope and persistence helps them achieve their goals, and this is what George Miller is like too. Fury Road was in development hell for over a decade, and many on-set problems made the shooting nearly impossible. But a vision, a passionate one, and as personal as Miller's made it happen, and the result speaks for itself. In interviews, when asked about the world building in Mad Max movies, Miller always says,
Just because we're in an impoverished world, it doesn't mean people stop making beautiful things.
his love for his films couldn't be more apparent from this quote alone, to be honest. As someone who grew up watching silent era films and westerns from directors like John Ford, Miller drew huge inspirations from them and infused it with his Australian wackiness in his work. He's a visual storyteller first and is very considerate about everything within the frame. So, to have such a gifted and talented director among us today, coming out with another entry in his action franchise, should be an event of its own. Needless to say, I was stoked for Furiosa, and it delivered on every front of my expectations and more. Furiosa tells the journey of a titular character after she is abducted from her home by Dementor's goons. It's a revenge epic told in 5 chapters and is 2.5 hours freaking long, as opposed to Fury Road's last pacing. Furiosa is deliberately paced like a 70s epic. Now, this is operating in a completely different gear than Fury Road, which was bound to frustrate some people, but it manages to make that movie even richer while carving its own legend in the wasteland. In these movies, Max is more of a mythic figure who gets mixed up in other people's dilemmas and helps them by helping himself out of it. Furiosa 2 is a legend of the wasteland. Her saga is biblical in nature. To quote Kojima, he is my god and the saga that he tells is my Bible. Pretty fucking epic, right? Furiosa is about vengeance, which isn't a rare theme, but Miller plays it in the tune of a western like Once Upon a Time in the West. The action is as expertly staged and crafted as you expect it to be, with amazing world building and memorable performances. Anya Taylor Joy really shows you shouldn't mess with a woman in a buzzcut era. Her voice is almost the same as Charlize Theron. It's insane. But all other performances are overshadowed by Chris Hemsworth's Dementus, a nasty piece of work who enjoys getting his nipples ripped off, while many say that he's just playing evil Thor. He's more like Heath Ledger's Joker, where the actor is enjoying his antagonistic role way too much while also being menacing when he needs to be. The stowaway and bullet farm sequences are some of the best in action cinema and reaches the heights of Fury Road and other great action modern blockbusters like MI Fallout. Man, Tom Cruise in a Mad Max movie would complete me. For now, Furiosa is financially losing and another Mad Max movie under the WB CEO David was a cunt. But there's a silver lining in all this. The rights belong to Miller, and so no one else can try to make another entry when he isn't around anymore. I wish George Lucas did that with Star Wars. Flash, you fucking moron! There's nothing more I love when millions of dollars of studio money are spent on an author driven project, and Furiosa gave me life in this grim year of that genre. We don't deserve George Miller. He has saved me, encouraged me, and changed my way of life countless times. That was a Kojima. I was quoting Kojima again. If another Mad Max movie happens because of his tweets, I'm buying 10 copies of his games. Hey guys, it's Steve, and special shout out to the guy who wrote the script, and that is the Lean Goblin. You can listen, not see him, but listen to him in my previous podcast, like this one. See you in the next one. And by the way, let me tell you a secret now. Subscribe.